Welcome back. Happy Saturday. We have a 6-game NBA slate today. Very jam-packed slate very jam-packed day with NBA, MLB, and MMA tonight. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I'll be touching on the basketball slate in this video. I'll be tweeting out my picks for baseball and for MMA later on Twitter, so check that out if you wanted to. But let's get into today's slate. As always, appreciate if you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Looking back at yesterday, fell a little bit short on DraftKings by about 5 points in double ups. Fanduel fell a little bit more than that, but looking to bounce back on NBA today. MLB cash on the DraftKings side, so that kind of helped save the night, but hopefully today goes a lot better for NBA. Looking at the point guard plays, we have a couple of, one main stud in Luka Doncic. He's $11,000. He's starting to look like himself after he went through a small stretch of games where he wasn't topping like 60 DraftKings points. But he's been back 62, 61, 63 in the previous game. Last game he put up 58, was close to a triple-double. Porzingis is questionable today. If he's out, then Luka looks even better. Brogdon looks excellent today without Sabonis again, and Turner is still out, so a lot of more usage for guys like Brogdon, LeVert. Expect them to carry the team once again like they did last game. I love him at $8,300. Other point guard plays that look appealing are Mike Conley. He's $7,000 against the Timberwolves, even in limited minutes because of a blowout. He put up 42. Without Donovan Mitchell, he's been racking up the assists, 4 straight games with a double-double. His shot attempts are going to be there double-digit, probably 12, 13, 14 in this type of game. A lot more possessions for the team in this fast-paced matchup, and as long as Minnesota doesn't get blown out, we should see good minutes out of Conley, and he could put up 50, 55 DraftKings points. So I love going Brogdon and Conley as my two expensive point guards. We also have a lot of value on the slate, especially on the Houston side. They're dealing with a lot of injuries and a couple of guys out to rest. Wall, after his big performance last night, is out for rest. You got Armani Brooks as your point guard play. He's going to be the guy that I plug in as well. I like Brogdon, Conley, and Brooks to fill out your point guards and your guard spots. Brooks is just going to have to play so many minutes today. He's been playing 30, 35 last couple of games. He should get up to 35 pretty easily today. He's going to have a lot of shots to go down. He's been shooting a lot. A lot of them have not been falling. He's shooting just 38% from the floor, but he's going to get so much opportunity today. Not only John Wall is out, Christian Wood is not expected to play, and those are just two big pieces of guys that shoot a lot and take a lot of usage. So especially at the shooting guard spot, you have House. 45, he returned last game after missing a few weeks. He could even be limited today. I wouldn't be surprised if they hold him out on a back-to-back, but I like Brooks, save $700. Then you have Tate, great play at $6,100. He's going to be out there for like 35, 36 minutes today. You have Lamb will see some good minutes off the bench, but I prefer Martin Jr., 3,600 over Lamb. He should see like 25, close to 30 minutes off the bench. And then you're going to get a lot of minutes for Kelly Olynyk, $6,700. You'll get a lot of shots attempts today, and he's been shooting the ball pretty well for the team. 61, 57, 64, 71. He's been shooting the ball pretty efficiently on the season. He's shooting only 48%. Well, 48% from the floor is good. He's shooting 34% from distance, and that's after he was like 2 of 25 or something ridiculous before he got traded to Houston. When he was with the Heat, he couldn't buy a 3 at the end. But I do like Olynyk just because he's going to be out there a lot, and there's a lot of center minutes to go around for him. But that's basically it for the point guard plays. It's Brogdon, Conley, and Brooks for me as a value piece. You can go to Campazzo at 45 if you wanted to, and I don't think there's anybody else in the 3K range that I would play over Brooks. At shooting guard, I like LeVert a lot to pair with Brogdon. They're both going to get big minutes. LeVert played 41 minutes last game against the Thunder. Brogdon also played 30+. They're both going to continue to play well because they are continue to play a lot of minutes because the Pacers don't have that many other guys to go to in terms of offense without Sabonis, and they're still trying to fight for playoff seeding right now, so they need to get every win that they can. Good spot against the Pistons. They're not a good defense. Should be a spot where they can go up. Hopefully they don't blow them out because that would limit some minutes, but as long as they are able to put up some good points, expect LeVert and Brogdon to put up north of 40, maybe 45. Probably one of them will get to 50 fantasy points today. Some other guys at shooting guard don't really want to pay 66 for Joe Ingles. I would probably maybe look to D'Angelo Russell for tournaments, $6,400. Josh Jackson not really interesting today with Jeremy Grant probable, and some of those guys out for rest last game will be back. Other guys that you can go down here for a Campazzo if you wanted to. Maybe House if he should start today if he's not going to be limited. He looks fine at $4,500 because they literally have nobody else besides Avery Bradley who was out due to illness yesterday, and he could miss today as well. It's $3,400. If he does play, he would be a good value play. But I'd probably go Brooks over Bradley. And then, depending on some of the Spurs news, DeRozan is questionable. If he's out, then we can look to Lonnie Walker. We can look to maybe Vassell if they're missing a few more. But Patty Mills is back, and then Murray's back, so I don't think Vassell will get that much run. Small forward, it's Doncic. Best pay up if there is no Porzingis. You can go to Butler against his former team at home. It's a back-to-back for the Heat. Butler coming off of a loss. Played 37 minutes. They tend to still keep him out there on back-to-backs, especially if they're in the game. Not really worried about his minutes unless he gets ruled out earlier for rest, which I don't think will happen. Porter Jr. is $8,000, so he's kind of getting up there in price. There's probably not going to be Barton after he left the game 1 minute in last night. So could see more usage for Porter, but 8K is already kind of expensive enough that I would look to go down for like a Jayshawn Tate. $6,100, he's going to get you a ton of run, or maybe even go down to Aaron Gordon and save some more money at $5,500. You have O'Neal, going to see around 30 minutes. Without Mitchell, there's a lot of more usage for the guys, but he's still like the fourth option on the team, fifth option in terms of scoring. They can go Garrett Temple for a value play or Patrick Williams as a value play. But probably Martin is probably one of the better pieces to target on the Houston side. He's power forward, but he's $3,600. Speaking of power forward, you have Zion. He's 10-1. There's a lot of value on the slate, so you can get to him if you wanted to. I kind of like some of the guys in the 8K with Brogdon, LeVert, and the 7K with Conley. So right now, he's not in my initial build. That could change if we get some more news on the slate. I like Gordon as a mid-range play, $5,500 without Barton, just more minutes for him. Probably just because just one less body for them to give minutes to. I like Brissett. He's got to be in play today again. $4,200. His price tag has not risen enough. He is super affordable. Batadze is questionable again. Even if Batadze plays, you would expect Brissett to start again after his big games that he's had so far with the Pacers. And no Turner, no Sabonis. A lot of minutes in the front court for guys like Brissett and Batadze. If he does play, he's in play at only $4,100. At center here, we have a couple of guys above $10,000. I like Jokic the most. I don't really want to go to Towns against Gobert we need like 60 plus out of that price tag. I don't really think that's a great chance of happening. And I don't want to pay 10K for Vooch either. So it's really Jokic as my pay up, Zion as another guy to go to at 10-1. My second guy that I like. And then you can save a lot of money and go down to like a Kelly Olynyk at $6,700. He's going to get you a ton of minutes today just without all the bodies on the Rockets. And then Pirtle 62, he's in play. He's been playing pretty well. I think Adams is probable today after he left early, so that would take like Hernangomez out of consideration. If Adams does get downgraded, then you would definitely want to play Hernangomez, but he's expected to play right now. But I'm going to go ahead and put in Kelly Olynyk right now. I want to get to the couple pieces on the Rocket side just because they're super banged up. Olynyk will get you 35-ish minutes a day, assuming all things go well. He's a guy that will shoot a lot, get you some rebounds, and you can have some outlier games in like blocks and steals as well. So that's it for the DK side. Looking like a lot of Pacers, a lot of Heat right now. Let's go ahead and look at FanDuel. Okay, on FanDuel, point guard plays, you have Luka Doncic. 11.5, he looks to be really good play to get up to if he can. Brogdon also looks very good at $8,000. Conley looks great at $7,100. You can save some money, go down to Alonzo or a Kobe White. And those are the main guys. I don't think you need to go that cheap, but if you did, it would be for Campazzo maybe at $4,300. But I like Brogdon and only $8,000. He's just going to get you a lot of more usage without Sabonis especially, and he's a good player, especially when he's playing like 35 to 40 minutes a game. At shooting guard, it's LeVert as a great pay-up option. He is $8,200. He looks very good. I'm going to go ahead and prioritize LeVert and Brogdon on both sites, especially when there's not really any other shooting guard to pay up for, except for DeRozan, who's questionable. Can go down here for like a Clarkson at 59, or we can go down for a Brooks at 42. For a Dozier, he'll probably start in place of Will Barton. And then if Brown happens to play today, he would be a great play. Or other guy you can look to is Bradley if he does suit up. Small forward, it is Butler. Looks appealing at 94. You can go down to a Michael Porter Jr. Looks a lot better on FanDuel. You can go down to an Anthony Edwards. Is only $6,700. Nice price tag on him. Any sort of close game he's playing, he can get up to like 37, 38 minutes. There's still no Beasley, so there's still solidified minutes for him in the in the at the 3 and maybe at the 2. I'm gonna go ahead and put him in. I think you can go with him and get a little bit less ownership. I think he probably more like Porter will be more popular. Ingram might be more popular, but that price tag is pretty nice for Edwards, a guy that is super aggressive. We know he continues to shoot a ton. The minutes are there. He can get you some peripherals with rebounds, assists, some steals as well. And he's been averaging like 35 to 40 fantasy points. Price tag is very nice at only 67. So at a position where there's only a few other guys that look like viable pay-ups, I'd rather go to Edwards. Like Edwards more than Ingles, more than Kuzma. And then you can go to Brissett. He's 52, so he's $1,000 more expensive than he is on DraftKings. He looks better on DK, but still playable on FanDuel. And that's the main guys. You can look to Patrick Williams as a punt play at 4K. Power forward, it is Zion. He's $9,700. He's the best pay-up option. There's not that many other guys. Davis still on a minutes limit. Porzingis probably not going to suit up, but who knows. And then you have Tate, 59. He looks appealing. You can go down to a Aaron Gordon at $5,100, or you can go down to maybe a Markkanen or a Kenyon Martin. Both guys will get you a good amount of minutes. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and put in Tate just because he's affordable, $5,900. He's going to get you a ton of minutes today, and we'll probably get a lot more opportunities to score and shoot the ball without Wood, and John Wall taking like 40% of the shots. And then at center, Jokic looks like a viable pay-up, but you probably want to save some money and maybe go down to like a Vooch, who's only $8,700. Tough matchup for him against the Heat, so I probably can save even more money and go down to like a Rudy Gobert or a Jakob Poeltl. But right now, it's going to be Kelly Olynyk, who just sticks out. $6,700 on DraftKings, only $5K on FanDuel. Maybe if Porzingis is out and they start they can start Cauley-Stein, they could start Powell, so I don't really want to go to any of them. Maybe if Boban started, he would be somewhat interesting against the Lakers, but I like Olynyk. He's going to get you a lot of minutes. He's a guy that gets you good usage, and he does have a big-time upside. He's shown to have like a 9x, 10x upside at this price tag. 10x is probably going to happen like once in like 45 game, probably like a 5% chance of happening. But he definitely can get you 40 DraftKings points and hit 8x and be the best value play at center. So go ahead and plug him in. It still leaves you with a lot of money left for your rest of your spots. But that's it for this one. A lot of Pacers today, a lot of Rockets, and then filling out with some good price tags on like some of the Timberwolves and some of the Jazz. So that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Hope you guys all have a great Saturday. Best of luck in all your DFS contests today, and we'll see you all next time.